Hello and welcome to the first episode of Becoming a Millionaire Metal Detecting for the year of 2020. And this is my most important show. There's no way around it. This is the show that kind of encapsulates everything on my channel, everything that I'm striving for, everything that I've gotten, and, the goal is moving forwards. So, last year I dug up 1,504. No, I didn't dig it up. What am I saying? Last year, I made total $1,541, metal detecting revenue, we will call it. And 1,000 of that, 1,030, whatever it was, that came from digging up clad. Man, that process exhausted me. And I am just so on the fence on if I want to do that again. And the gears have been turning all month about that. So let me refresh you on what we are going for here. It's important to go into any investment with a plan, with a strategy, with the math in hand. I have done all of that. Basically, if you get $2,000 per year, if you give it 40 years, 10% per year, compounding interest, you come very close to $1 million. I'm actually going to share this spreadsheet this time. It's in the link below. So if you want to see the math on this, just click it. But there's a problem. Time. You see, I'm 41 years old now, and I started this project when I was 37, debuted it on YouTube when I was 40, just last year. And basically, the more time that you leave your investments in to gain compounding interest, the higher that they're going to be. Man, if I started this when I was 20, I would have been set by the time I was 60. But I started it at 37, and my trajectory, my pace right now is going to make me a millionaire when I'm 81. But let's get real here for a second. My brain did not function quite properly when I was 20 years old. It functions better now, believe it or not. Maybe it's the tacos. And what I need to do is find a way to get that $2,000 a year minimum. But we're going to try to up that. And the wild card in this entire process is channel revenue. So my channel became monetized last year, and everything that I gain from that is going directly into the stock market. So if we get more than $2,000, we're set. Anything that is above and beyond that is just bonus. With time and with compounding interest, the higher that I get now, the better off it is. It's better as a 41-year-old to get 3,000 than it is as an 80-year-old to get 3,000. So I have my work cut out for me. All right, I'm going to Coinstar. This time I only have 2 jars worth of coins. But still, I should be ahead of my pace from last January, which was only $12. Let's see. So let's put 4384 onto our spreadsheet, and then we're going to check some channel revenue. Then we're going to do a deep dive. We're going to do some thinking. All right, so estimated revenue for January is $76.01. I was up 270 subscribers. more than 1,000 views per day, which is nice. So compared to December, where I pulled $375 in a month, I didn't do too well this month. But again, if you compare this to last January, that's growth. So month to month, that's not that bad. It is below what I need, which is the 166. Now let's take a look at the nest egg. And last month it was in the negatives, but it had a very good month. Actually, in December more so than January. But you could see this uptrend that's been happening here. I invested in marijuana stocks, and over this is a 2-year chart of it. And of course, I'm adding money with what I find metal detecting, so that's part of the reason that it's going up. But as you can see right here, it's nothing compared to the how the S&P 500 has done in the same amount of time. But now I'm up almost 10%, which is the what I'm going for, and the average return for the S&P 500. My investment in the marijuana stocks, especially Canopy Growth, has been a really good investment so far, at least. Knock on wood with that. And it's made up some of the losses that I've had. And I'm telling you, man, it is a sickening feeling when you invest the stuff that you spend so much time digging up and you wind up losing. But it's good to know that I'm still in the positive or back in the positive, and even the overall has turned around despite two of my investments going down. So, new to this series, Becoming a Millionaire Metal Detecting, I'm going to do a wrap up of what I find over the course of the month. Because if you think about it, there's some people that stack gold and silver, and they do that for investment purposes. Me, I just enjoy getting it from detecting, and it's one of the bonuses. I love detecting. It's my therapeutic time. It's my happy time, and it's a nice side effect, for lack of a better word, of metal detecting. So I'm going to show you what I found in January that is added to my nest egg. I'm not going to put it in the numbers, but this is kind of the stuff behind the scenes. So this is my 2020 box, and I'm going to pull out a few items to show you my favorites so far this year. So I found 3 rings this month. Here is 2 of them, and here is the third. These 2 items are from Dead Horse Bay. Found this bracelet in Florida. These are also from my Florida trip. Also pulled a 1907 barber dime. Got a cool pin. This is a piece of silver that I found, a silver earring. Got some cool buttons. This month I also got a handful of Indian heads. And I'd have to say my 2 or 3 favorite coins of the month are the 2-cent piece, the Flying Eagle penny is also pretty amazing. And I think no, that's a Buffalo nickel. I also had a really good month with nickels. On one day, I had the nickel cycle, getting a V nickel, Buffalo nickel, Shield nickel, and a silver Jefferson nickel, as well as modern Jeffersons. Verified pieces of gold with markings this month. Coin. This bracelet. And this chain from the Dead Horse Bay video. And I'm hoping that this is the 4th, but there's no markings on the inside, so I can't count it in this collection. And last but not least, I got this French centene from the late 1700s. So I went to the bank and I got a safe deposit box, and I'm trying to accumulate gold. Some people do that as an investment. Why can't I? I mean, I don't have to buy it, I find it. So before I put everything into the safe deposit box, I weight it.
So let's actually weigh out the gold and platinum that I have, because I'm going to think of this as a long-term investment. And this is not counting diamonds, not counting, anything that is here. This is just the stuff that's marked as gold. So, yeah, minus any icy.
All right, so that equals 6.8 ounces of gold, and we're going to convert that. 1 ounce equals 28 grams. So let's do that with the 6.8. So that says 192 grams. We're going to call this 193. Well, I sure hope that I'm right. This is saying that it's almost $10,000. Score!
And silver goes beyond the weight of the scale. So, it's a hobby that pays back, but you don't always wind up spending. You don't always wind up cashing it in, rather.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building upon that number, the 6.8 in gold. This is the first month that I'm doing this, so I might also measure the platinum and the silver also. I'm going to have to get a different scale. All right, so we're doing something new here. So we're doing metal detecting net worth. Now stocks, all of these, this is my clad finds. So everything that I found and reinvested into the stock market. Gold, this is just the value of the gold, the 6.8 ounces of gold that I have. Silver I can't measure yet. I have to get a better scale. But total, as of right now, $14,577.35. Historic coins also, I can't. I have found so many over the years, as have other metal detectorists, to just add them all together. It's too tough to track. Now, most of the silver and gold was done over all of my years detecting, which is since 2012. So 8 years, or almost 8 years now. But still, that's it's a hobby that really gives back, and it's really been my outlet. It's been my calming source in my life. Doing YouTube, it could definitely burn you out, and I was starting to feel that burnt out feeling that I did with my other channel, my art channel, and it caused me to slow down a little bit this month, and made me remind myself that it is a marathon and not a sprint. And, you have to go hard for goals in life. There's no doubt about it. But you also have to check yourself, check how you feel. And, I really, especially when I went to Florida, I really had some time on the plane to think about that. And I wrote a song to put things into perspective. Didn't write the music, but I wrote the lyrics to this. So please enjoy.
Meryl has traversed around the sun a bunch of times, and with each lap a new perspective has arrived. It's arisen, I know. Artist license when I rhyme. My 2 cents turn to 3 when I finally dig a rhyme. My 6 cents evolves when I psychoanalyze and tune into the voices in my head that make me strive to dig a buried treasure, to rise above the weather. If there's droughts in the forest or storms in the desert, man invent propellers, girls already have jet engines. If you pop my balloon, gonna turn it to a zephyr. Even in death, my chemtrail's omnipresent. The secret of invincibility is transcendent. Commit to get up when gravity gets reckless. Defy and dig a hole, it can be a peaceful protest. You might have dug some goals or dissolved all your unrest. Rebury the worms, they're the minders of dead presidents. Thinking about my goals, I commit with full persistence. Yeah, I want it and I'll get it if achieving isn't reckless. I want 100 rings, but it don't define existence. Cause fate is like a taco, you choose if you want hot sauce. This goal is up to me, I made it and I'm not forced. I know serendipity is buried under the porch, and the target ID is often reinforced. Only family could hit mission A board. I'm prepared to walk 100 miles, got cheddar and the lettuce. My rap's a little corny, but gram like beef regardless. So I'm sticking to my plan, extraction is my process. I'm aiming for 100 in light or in darkness. Let's get out my way, just like you see shark fins. Gonna pull a K and try to invest it in the markets. I'll metal detect full time, I dream I'll never park it. I don't believe in failure, that's just where the spark is. Gonna find a way to do what what I love. Gonna dig $1 million if push comes to shove. But even if I fail, my brain is peaceful like a dove. So the process makes me happy, what the serendipitous.
So, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and the like button. Come along for the ride. It's going to be a very long ride, but it's a process that I love, and I'm telling you, best thing that you could do, best investment that you could make, it's not stocks, it's not gold, it's buying a metal detector. See you soon.